Zelda Ocarina of Time remake confirmed for Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. Nintendo Direct. So we had the Nintendo Direct the other day, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I guess I can't even say I was like disappointed in it, just because my hopes weren't even that high to begin with when it came down in the Nintendo Direct. Um, I feel like the directs really aren't that great. A lot of the times, it seems like it's more of like just stuff that they kind of notify everyone at the last minute and then kind of like release something when it came down to, let's say, like the Star Fox reveal that they're remaking that. But as far as the direct goes, there was a lot of games that I wasn't really too, into or anything like that. The one that I thought was actually pretty interesting was Kingdom Hearts 4, but other than that, the only other thing I can say that really grabbed my interest was Ocarina of Time and the fact that they're going to be doing a remake of it. So, personally, I'm a little bit indifferent when it comes down to this news that's been coming out, because this has been, rumored and speculated for some time now. It's been a while that there's a lot of talks of them doing a remake of Ocarina of Time. Now, would I like to play a remake of Ocarina of Time? Honestly, yes, I very much would. It'd be something that'd be fun to do and fun to play and see what they can kind of go in that direction. But with what we've been seeing with a lot of remakes when it comes down to games, and especially when like one of the main things that you can kind of go off of would be like the Resident Evil franchise. Whenever they do remakes, they make a lot of changes, and personally, they do stuff that I'm not a fan of. Now, the game mechanics, I feel like that's definitely something that can be updated and everything like that, especially from the 64 days. But seeing that, that they might be doing some changes to the storyline and going in that type of direction with it, that's not really something I'm a big fan of when it comes down to games being remade. But we did get the trailer for the game and everything like that, the news that we got. We'll go ahead and check that out. Honestly, it was kind of underwhelming as well, just because of the fact that there wasn't really like any gameplay or anything specific that was kind of shown when it came down to this coming out. But as a Zelda fan, you know what I mean? I am interested to see the direction they're going to go in. And out of all the Zelda games, I got to say Ocarina of Time is my favorite. So, of course, I'm going to kind of see what direction it's going to go in and show love to it regardless, because, I love this game so much, and I love this franchise in general so much. So, we'll go ahead and check out this trailer that we got here, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Long ago, there was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity.
Now, I just want to start off by saying the fact that we're getting a voiceover like this is pretty interesting, because obviously with Breath of the Wild, that was the first Zelda game where we were able to actually get some voice lines and some voice acting done for the game itself. So seeing that they're going to be going in that direction for Ocarina of Time, I feel like is pretty interesting. Now I had done a stream of Ocarina of Time not too long ago on this channel. And it was one of those things where seeing that they they don't have any voice lines, you're just reading off of it the whole time, was one of those things that I, even playing it recently, it was kind of something that I was like, yeah, it would be nice if there was voice lines instead of having to kind of read all that yourself, especially as I'm streaming, because and I'm the one that has to kind of read it out loud to kind of go for the people watching kind of a thing. But seeing that they're going in that direction is, it's gonna be a little bit weird, because of the fact that, I mean, I've played this game for so long, I've played it for so many years. So, and you kind of have like in your head a little bit of an idea of how certain characters sound and how they would, their tonality and everything like that. So seeing that they're gonna go in the direction of having voice actors do it, it's gonna be a little bit weird, because of the fact that you're probably gonna see some characters that, what I mean, you've seen for so long finally have a voice, and it might not be how you expect it, because that's kind of how it was for me with the with Zelda and the Breath of the Wild. Eventually it kind of grew on me, but originally I was just like, I'm not the biggest fan of how she sounds as the princess.
At the very edge of this kingdom, there lay a small forest. Within it, an ancient solitary tree quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest. These forest dwellers were called the Kokiri. Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods.
Now I do want to also say I love the fact that they're putting that the music and everything like that in the background. That is one of the things I feel like they're probably gonna they're hopefully they do it justice, but I feel like they will because it is such a huge factor in Ocarina of Time, which is the music. I'm really hoping they do it justice and they handle these songs and everything like that really well. So that is one of the other things that I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how that's what direction that's gonna kind of go in when it comes down to this game.
However, there was one particular boy who did not have a fairy.
All right, and then we got the first look at Link. Now, I gotta say, I so far I'm liking the way the graphics look. Looks really beautiful. You know what I mean? It's got little like nice attention to detail with certain things, from the clothing that Link has to the bed that he's laying on. Almost looks like it's like almost like hay or something like that, or twigs that he's kind of sleeping on as his bed. It looks like there's a lot of detail to it. The little sheet we got here, so I'm enjoying that as far as the graphic goes. Now, as far as Link's design, I'm not really the biggest fan of it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know. I think it's the hair mainly, just the way it looks on him. I feel like it looks a little bit weird, as well as the fact that he doesn't have his green cap, which kind of takes it out a little bit for me because of the fact that in the original, yes, he is sleeping like this at the very beginning, but he does have his hat as he's kind of laying there. So seeing him without it is a little bit weird, but who knows? I'm kind of hoping that this might be it right here on the side. So you know what I mean? Once he wakes up and everything, he's able to kind of put it on, and then we'll get that kind of classic look of young Link, in his outfit and everything. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Let's go. So yeah, the fact that it's getting released this year, I thought was kind of a trip because of the fact that with the Zelda movie coming out next year and everything like that, I figured that would have been the time that they were gonna try to release this. I'm really hoping that this is gonna be something that's gonna be released this year, and hopefully we'll be able to actually get another Zelda game coming out next year. But there is a big possibility if this is gonna be released this year, they probably were gonna wait like another year or two before they decide to come out with another actual game mainline game in the franchise. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, overall I thought the announcement was pretty cool. Now the trailer itself very underwhelming. You know what I mean? The fact that there isn't any gameplay, there isn't any other kind of cutscene imagery or anything like that other than just Link laying there. So we will have to wait and see what they're going to do as far as come out with like an actual trailer and everything like that, especially if they're planning on releasing it this year. So we'll just have to wait for like an official trailer, because I would consider this more of just like a teaser for now. So yeah, once they actually come out with a trailer to kind of show some gameplay, what it's actually going to look like, and how the more of what the graphics are going to look like and everything like that, that's when we'll really be able to get an idea of what direction this remake is going to be going in. But overall, man, I'm excited for this. Like I really am looking forward to seeing how Nintendo is gonna handle this. But I am a little bit skeptical again, just because of the way that a lot of remakes nowadays they do tend to make a lot of changes from the original, or maybe cut some content out and everything like that. So I'm really hoping that that isn't going to be the case when it comes down to this. But with there being like the Star Fox remake and everything like that, and how that looks like it's pretty much a one to one from the original with just updated like modern graphics and everything like that, I am kind of hoping they're going to go more in that direction, and if anything add some stuff to the game and the story that'll actually make it even better, as opposed to removing stuff and everything like that. So who knows how it's going to be officially? We'll just have to wait till the next trailer comes out. But I'm having high hopes for this, man. My feelings for this is just like I stated, it's a little bit wishy-washy just because I'm not too sure how they're going to go about it, but I am hoping for the best when it comes down to this. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you guys excited to see that we are finally getting an official Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake? And if you don't own a Switch 2, is this going to be something that you're going to want to, is going to make you actually want to go out and buy a Switch 2? Because I don't have a Switch 2, and I honestly don't really have any plans to buy one myself after hearing all the ways that the Switch 2 is and everything. But once this comes, once this gets released and everything like that, and if it ends up being really good, that might be a change in my tone and everything like that. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So if you guys can like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.